part yesterday was pretty successful. I didn't realize it ended up like that. Better reaction than I thought. I keep it up without like stopping, I guess. If it works, it works. It's just I didn't realize it being so easy for it to work out that way. Just I don't know. Even now, it doesn't seem like it's such a big deal anymore. There was that, like the distraction yesterday. It was pretty cool, but for the most part, it's still in the beginning stages of just how it's going along. Feels actually good to be doing it. I still haven't gotten over the newness of it yet, so I just keep going with it. Oh, because I was going through a night market and morning market. It was pretty not intense, but it was I could feel it even when I was getting back. My confidence changed quite a bit, and so I figure if I just keep going, I keep getting at what it means I progress faster to where I'm just gonna switch over sooner, possibly, but it's hard to say. So I just keep going as is. I got a new carabiner, so I can attach it right off the backpack. I think that was one of the problems for like me to get it straight off of myself and use it actually in a tripod mode, but I still kind of don't want to detach it from the backpack. Maybe it's like an umbilical cord and I don't want to lose it, so I'll just keep it like that for now. Other than that, not too much new to report. I got like 8 videos processed yesterday night, so that took some of my time to just do. Right now they're still like exercise videos, so they're not really core content yet. That's when I switch over to doing something more personal. I don't know, it'd be kind of cool if like other friends were really into this kind of thing. I do have a few people who are into video, but not quite the same extent as this. This is, I guess, quite kind of off the deeper end, and I understand that. It's just not normal for them. They're not used to it, so for this both part, I think even Seattle as a whole isn't used to like this kind of thing, so that's what's gonna make it good. And also it's a good way to get my mind, my things out of my head without like any other like bad kind of expressing myself, because it's just it's a vice, I guess. It's something that is bad, but hey, it's what it is. Like I just, Seattle's changing. I don't think it's bad though. It's just every city has like different communities and different things going on, so I just keep doing me, and there's gotta be someone who finds this entertaining out there, so I just keep doing me. I figure I have to get used to spending a lot more money than normal, being impulsive. Is that a part of like the dark triad? Manipulate, narcissism, and impulsiveness. I don't think those things are necessarily bad, because they're kind of like the spice of life, and I don't really want to run it safe so much anymore. I just want to live about it, because I've seen little glimmers of like people doing things out of their comfort zone, but for the most part I think people just stick to what they're comfortable with, which I understand totally. That's just the way humans are functioning, just not to be the risk averse, and that's fine, because there's got to be different kinds of people for like different kinds of things, and that's totally cool. I don't judge. For the most part, I think a lot of my life was pretty much just being risk averse, so but now it's just live it out with the best version of me. I guess I'm pretty weird, so my best version would be pretty weird. Still getting over a sore throat. It's not quite done yet. It's just getting drinking water and whatnot, but it's not really helping as much. Eating fruit and trying to get the vitamin C, but still I feel under the weather, but I'm conflicted, because if I didn't do this, then I kind of feel a little bit lazy. So it's like, which one wins, my laziness or my willingness to go out when I'm sick? I'm sure it's gonna be like a fun story later on. Was like, oh hey, I want to like every day virtually, just because it was, well, even going out in the rain. Rain's not a big deal for me either, just because it's Seattle and rain's normal. Not gonna complain about it. But you already know that. I think I can mention like Seattle 100 times and still be Seattle. Just, oh yeah, it's nice. It's amusing that some people know what I'm doing, but not a lot of people do know. But it's still like a hustle. It's one of the hustles. I don't think it'd be a main hustle for most people. There's not instant like gratification. There's like a lot of build up to what you're doing, and I mean, most people want to see results, which I understand totally, but I'm also in the same thing where I have to respect the process. And it's all, how do I talk? Let me think. What? I keep it up higher. Well, it'll be easier once I start like going inside. Then I don't need to set it up where it's on when it's sitting on the table. I don't need to worry about setting up higher. Those are like the small things that I just have to keep in mind. All that, and there's like 2 traffic lights, so times like these, I guess I can't really walk. That's thinking when I'm walking, or at least I think it's good thinking. I don't know. It's just process. It's a lot cooler now too. I guess summer's almost over. I kind of waited for summer to be over anyway, so it's all right by that meaning. Like one day I realized it was like 6:30 in the afternoon that, wow, these days are getting really, the sunset's a lot earlier. So I gotta keep that in mind for the most part. This doesn't have a good, this is a small sensor, so it's just, it'll work, but I figure if I get like a full sensor or at least like a 1-inch, it'll be a lot better in dark conditions, and dark is like probably 1/2 of the fun is happening. So this is good for now, and I have like backups of these, and I'm not gonna stop using it, but sooner, probably by next year, I'll have to update to something larger, and that means more weight, which is probably the hardest part because I have to get used to lugging around more weight. Not worried about being inconspicuous, because right now already, I think the selfie stick already gives most of it away. I'm sure that I'll probably end up having to extend it when it gets to the point of where it gets heavier, a lot heavier. But for now, it's all right. It's just is what it is. Oh yeah, I also gonna go by Capitol Hill because I gotta pick some of that stuff up later, but that's not really a big deal because I'm probably heading to downtown, so it's just on the way. It's interesting, like, that not everything you can find online. Most things you can find online, but not everything, so I just go places that I have to go to for what I need to get. Also, I think I've said it before, but I can't stress enough. Seattle's a lot easier city to record in because most people don't care about what you're doing. So I mean, I'm totally down with that, and maybe that's why maybe tag shouldn't be about Seattle, it should be something else. Because I mean, it's a busy city, and I guess busy people don't really worry too much about what other busy people are doing. So they're not busybodies. That's stupid. My sarcasm's okay, but my dry delivery's terrible. I mean, maybe that's why I don't have like a comedy show or something of that sort. But hey, I'll just go what I can do, and maybe the dummy thing is maybe the dummy thing is it's easier for a lot of people to do it. One is at a tourist spot because they feel comfortable. But me, I'm just gonna abuse my territory and go wherever I want because, I mean, that's fun. It's fun to do something different. It's fun to like do this. It's a faster turnaround than the 3D animation, so the results are faster, even though to most people are slow. I mean, thinking like, you gotta pump out a video every 7 days or 8 days or even in 2 weeks, like a 3-minute animation for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. It's just, yeah, it's really creative, but the turnover is so slow. It almost defeats the purpose of if you want to do something to keep fresh in the mind and not get stale. I understand all too well about how that was a trap that I got stale with. It's just very low risk and kind of low, yeah, just low risk, and gotta live to like not be like that because it's easy to low risk. And then again, this isn't really a risk either. This is pretty much baseline of like what it is about. It just seems a little bit weird for the extra added step, because first of all, I'm talking to a camera, and that's the extra step right there. And most people probably aren't comfortable with that, or if they are, it's like, what are they doing? So I think that gives me an edge. Sort of on the same line that there's not a lot of artists in Seattle, so it's like, if you are one that stands out, then fine. I know before I wanted to like carry around a sound device. It's really weird as a child to just record. Like, I thought it was really cool to look like a geek, but not like the typical like hipster geek, but 100% just like sound engineer geek. But that thing didn't quite work out because those things are heavy. I was having trouble finding it, so I pretty much just gave up on that and just switched over to the animation part, and that it didn't really work out too well because the technology wasn't quite there for most people, and it wasn't quite there for me either, so I had to kind of give that up. But I mean, I was out when one door closed, another door opens, so it was all right for me to just stop right there because I knew it was a losing battle. It's kind of a dead end. I maybe held on longer than I should have on that, but that was just a dead end. And now I know better that if I want to do that, I kind of have to change the processor, at least integrate it with like a more traditional system. Not that it has to be, but make it more mainstream and more acceptable as a whole. Running it at a hybrid is just not a good idea. It just trying to run a studio was not a good idea. Like, those things they're wishful thoughts that are easy to like produce, but they don't get much traction because there's a very low risk to it, and investment is pretty much the same as standard. It's just consumer-based goods, which consumer-based goods like this are easy to get and cheap to find. So was there really a risk involved? Probably not. It was just a side venture that didn't quite pan out. But if it was like for 50 of a 50 series, each was like a week at about a week. So I was 54 weeks. That was about a year to find out that like 50 projects didn't quite work out right. Is a solid year is a chunk of life that I can't get back, but there was a learning lesson in there. But then again, I took it way too far, and it was kind of a waste of resources. We're here. I know I take it to 3 months. 3 months is 90 days. That's about a fourth of the time that was for the animation. It would have been a lot faster to know if it didn't stick or not. But then again, I'll amp it to another. Well, I'll change it up because I already know that it's not sustainable. It's kind of the beginning, but not the end. And like, what is it? Being hopeful, I guess it's a good thing. I don't know why I'm sweating so much, but I am. I'm just figuring that if I continue on what I'm doing, then everything comes from hope. Like, I guess yesterday was pretty fun, and not that it was 100% authentic, but it was pretty fun just because of the way that reactions are. People's reactions only say so much about a person, but what happened yesterday was pretty awesome, man. I won't deny that it's things like that that I'm sure I'll collect into something larger. But even then, that's probably not full potency of what I've planned, because I really want to get interactive with people and do things and push like even my boundary even more. Because outside is one thing, that's like public. Inside's a whole nother thing, and not just tourist spots, but like all around. I think that's the difference, because if you take it to like 10, there's only like 1/10 of people there. You take it to 11, there's probably like 100 people there, and most of them, like, they do it, but they probably just give up after a while. So there's like only so much resolve that if you're doing something crazy, I think there's no way you can be ignored. Kind of like, I don't want to be a nuisance, but it's just the byproduct of being different is it's probably gonna upset quite a bit of people, and I already understand that as a whole. So I mean, I can't get people to like me, and I mean, I'm gonna be a nuisance. It's just a law of numbers. If you can't get people to like you, then I mean, that's I guess everyone's problem, because at a point it's kind of like, I mean, I don't have to, but I like to, so I continue, and that's probably the weirdest things for people. Plus, I mean, the 6 months I figure would be a good time, because first 3 would just be about pacing and getting it up. The last 3 would be about the core infrastructure. Then I'm sure after that I'd probably master it down. That's the thing, it's like to master things, what is it, 10,000 hours, but that's what a lot of years. So now I don't have that time, but I think some things were accelerated. Like yesterday, being that was so conducive to what I was trying to go for, that it definitely boosted it up and helped, you know, speed up the process. Whether it'll shave off a couple of days or not, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it at the very least will get me in the right mindset to keep going at the right pace. Which, I mean, if it took 3 months, it wouldn't be bad, because it's not always, well, for me right now it's about the journey, but no, it's about the ends, but the journey is kind of necessary, so I won't ignore it, and I'll just go with it. Whether like I have to change it up, yeah, I know I have to change it up, and I know that it's quite a larger step to like where it's at right now, because right now it's more of a nuisance on me than it's a nuisance to others. But once I like change it to the inside, then it kind of flips it to a different dynamic, that where it's an outward kind of thing for more around people around than me. Plus, it allows me to get into different settings. I know most places the light's gonna be pretty bad, so it also incentivizes me to be like, okay, I won't get a large sensor yet, I'm gonna get it later, but for the most part I'll earn it, so that way, I mean, I can use it without feeling shameful or guilty, which I don't think I should, but to get the most out of it, say this is 500, and if I get at least 90 days out of it, that's it's like down to $4 a day or something like that, which is, it's not bad. It's good for like being able to have reason to go out. So I guess, and then again, it doesn't mean I have to just change over to only exclusively a larger sensor. It just means that I've gotten the value of it, and I feel like I'm okay to move up. I mean, it's, oh man.